कैसे हैं?
हाय हाय फरीदून।
कैसे विपिन जी आप?
बस चल रहा है यार। I say
Alright, so
like everybody else, like waiting for all this chaos to finish and come out and do
no,
what we all.
I think it will all be good. I think it will be all be good because today in the morning only I was just discussing with my wife that uh, the number of cases in Europe, for example, they have reduced it dramatically.
Hmm.
Like in Germany and Italy and France and all these places, the number of cases they have reduced dramatically. And
Nice,
in
nice.
March and April, the way it was in Europe was something else. So I think it'll all be good soon.
Yeah.
So how have you been? कैसे हैं आप?
I'm good, yeah. I'm catching up on a lot of things. Binge
हाँ,
watching a lot of shows I hadn't seen.
right.
So I'm catching up on that. Working on a few of the things that I've written, screenplays and things like that.
Mm.
Some days are great. Some days are just like you don't feel like doing anything and all that. But overall, it's I think it's a good time to introspect and
Yeah, I think that is
that's the
something that,
best. Stay positive, stay inspired. Basically,
of course,
that's the
of
best.
course.
It's good to see
All right.
you.
Same here, Vipin ji, same here.
Nice
Okay,
seeing you.
and so the good part is that your series has just come out, Pataal Lok, and it is getting fabulous reviews.
Yeah,
Because of late, what has happened is that even though people are binge watching like anything on OTT platforms, but the content that had been coming out in recent times, it has not been like really great in terms of, I would say, quite a bit of mediocre content is coming. But suddenly, when something like this comes out,
mm,
uh, Pataal Lok, and it just makes you go, wow.
yeah, absolutely,
What
absolutely.
was your first response when you heard the script?
I right from the beginning, I loved it. I
Mm.
when I read all the episodes, I was very thrilled because the writing was very powerful. The dialogues are
Mm.
absolutely brilliant. The whole thing is so well orchestrated that it's so I was very excited right from the beginning actually. And
All right.
Avinash and I have been very good friends. We great friends, both of us. So I chatted with him also and met up the other people. So I was very excited right from the beginning. It was one of those things that I was like, yes, it's great to be part of this.
Okay, and it's a wonderful ensemble cast.
Yes.
I mean, the casting is superb. So you are a team player when you see at the entire series now,
Yeah.
and you see these wonderful actors around you who are doing so well. What is your first thought like?
I'm very very happy that lot of the actors who have been acting but
Mm.
didn't get the recognition. They are being recognized. A lot of the younger ones who are new and getting opportunities. It's actually wonderful to see all these new people, new blood in a way, and you know, it's there is a lot of blind casting that happens in the industry. Typical casting. So I'm glad that there are new faces. People are taking chances with new actors. And since most of the web series are very, they are all ensemble based. In web series, you have a lot of characters. So I think it's wonderful time for actors that a lot of new actors are coming out. I remember Irfan and I were chatting once, and he said, "यार बड़ा मजा आता है वेस्ट में देखो पता नहीं कहाँ से एक एक्टर निकल के आ जाता है अचानक से." That's true because it's a matter of discovering new people, and you need new talent. You need freshness. You need new actors, challenging casting. That's it's very very positive, and I'm very very happy that it's happening now. Thanks to Amazon, such a great platform. They are really really great at getting great content. I mean, look at their content abroad also. Some of the shows in America, like Man in the High Castle and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Goliath, and they are wonderful shows. Extremely well written, extremely well performed, great production value. So it's Amazon has brought a new blood into our industry, and a lot of it's a great opportunity for a lot of people, writers, production designers, actors, costume, everybody, because it's the web series. The nature of the web series is such that everything needs to be, just perfect, and everything comes together, and everybody works really hard. They have really streamlined the workings of the industry also, which is really, really wonderful.
Right. Okay, so Vipinji will come to Irfan shortly. I believe that you have been distraught by his sad demise. We'll come to that shortly. But you had a very interesting term, blind casting. What exactly is blind casting?
Well, it's a term used in the Western countries. Blind casting is that for example, if you have a poor farmer, for example, so you cast a very skinny, very unhealthy looking person for that role without thinking about it. But that's blind casting because you're not taking a chance. You are going with what is obvious. It's the cliche casting basically. That's what it is. It's a cliche. In our context, I think the cliche casting is what blind casting is. Whatever you don't take an actor and say, let's cast this actor in this role. Physically, he doesn't suit that character, but let's go with it. Like for example, a cliche example would be Hitler. A short guy became so powerful. He was short in height. So it's like that. You take a challenge. You decide to do something just the opposite of a personality. That's basically it.
Right. Okay. So the writing of the series is being appreciated a lot as well. You're having some pivotal lines in the series. So this entire dialogue of yours around well-oiled machinery has become very popular, and also when you tell Jaideep Alaba's character when he's in a bit of a mental turmoil, that meditation kiya karo.
Sorry, yeah.
Meditation kiya karo. ज़्यादा सोचो मत in the sense कि ज़्यादा detail में मत जाओ. Meditation kiya karo. That's wonderful, because there's a I think loaded meaning in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the power of good writing?
Sorry?
What is the power of good writing?
Power of good writing is that it brings out something that's not in the lines. Although the lines are there, but there is still something else that the lines are not saying. That's the power of writing. You read a line and you go, that's what it means. There is an obvious meaning. That's the grammatical meaning. But there is a meaning behind it.
Right.
That's a brilliant writing, actually. I used to give an example. For example, if there is a line in for an actor that it's raining outside. Now, there will be actors who will just say this line, saying that it's raining outside. But then there will be an actor, for example, like Irrfan's caliber or somebody who's really, brilliant. He will say it's raining outside in a way that you will understand that he is also meaning something else. He's not talking about barish simply. The rain could be the inside rain. Rain could be something melancholic. There's a lot of meanings. So That's the power of good writing, that it allows the actors to bring a completely different meaning, which might not be very obvious. I think that's what brilliant writing is all about, actually.
Of course, I think all the big writers, I think they use, especially Rain, for example, they use it as in a symbolic manner in different. I think someone like George Eliot, for example, is I think very well known, especially for using rain for displaying different moods and emotions in the entire trajectory of human life. All right, now how do you look at this entire metamorphosis of sorts of Sudeep Sharma, because he's one writer director who's being talked about like really glowingly. Anyone and everyone is talking about him right now, and people would want to hear from him, talk to him, and just hear his thoughts out. So what is Sudeep Sharma all about?
I think Sudeep is really amazing in terms of he's looking at writing from a very spiritual aspect as well. I think he's not just writing characters and the world they are surrounded. It's also about their own struggles, their own demons, and like everybody has a reason you have to look at that reason very, very closely, and not just, it's like, hate the sin, not the sinner, kind of a philosophy where you don't need to hate people, because you can hang somebody for a crime, but that will not finish the crime. Crime will still be there. You have to really understand why the crime happens. You have to understand why a certain uh, what's the reason behind it. And I think that's one of the best things about Sudeep's writing, is that he really goes beyond just the obvious, and really tries to look inside the soul. We all have souls. Even everybody has souls. There is a soul connection. There is a reason that we do things that we do. So understanding that, I guess, matters more than just blaming someone for whatever they are doing. You have to understand, and then that's how, then you can bring changes. You can bring reforms. You can do something about it. Simply abusing someone and punishing them, I don't think that's what helps. And Sudeep is after that. Actually, that's why his writing is very powerful.
Okay, now Irrfan Khan. So uh, everyone is having the unanimous opinion that it is not fair to speak about him in the past tense, because he's so much alive uh, with all of us. What does the loss of Irrfan Khan means to you?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
What does the loss of Irrfan Khan means to you?
Oh God, it's a huge loss. We've been friends since. I lost a very, very dear close friend. I've known him since ages. We were together during NSD days. We know each other from the hostel days, and then I had a very special bonding with him. I think I often say this, that I had some kind of there's something about him and me that on a personal level, I always felt very close to him. There have been times when I could not simply talk about him without getting choked or crying, because I felt very emotional about him. I still do. Uh, I didn't spend much time with him because I was away for a very long period of time. But whenever I came back, he was the first person I used to meet. And, I've been thinking of writing. I've had some dreams with Irfan in them, and it's very difficult to talk about. I feel, I wish he had gone. I'm sorry, Faridoon. It's hard to talk about it.
No, it's okay, sir. It's okay. It's okay. I totally understand. Let's take a few questions from people out here, sir. Okay, so this is no, it's totally understandable, sir. It's totally understandable. This
I'm gonna write
JP.
about. I want to write about those dreams.
No, please do. Please do for sure. Yes. It's totally understandable. Even I've never felt such emotions for any actor.
Yeah,
When they're no more. This is Irrfan Khan's was the first time when I cried as well, and I don't know. He had that sort of that.
I've had messages from a lot of people who never met him, who just saw his films, and they all said the same thing, that they felt a very personal loss. So.
It is a personal loss. I can totally understand. Okay, this is JP Das 90. Which has been your most challenging role so far, Vipinji? This is Jyoti Prakash from Assam.
Which has been the most challenging role so far?
Yeah.
I guess every role becomes a challenge somehow or the other. My boss, one of the most amazing experiences after Tare Zameen Par was Gone Kesh, this film that me and Shweta Tripathi did. That was very interesting for me because with Tare Zameen Par, I had this, people just put me in this bracket, the blind casting that I was talking about, that angry father, angry this, angry that, and I wanted to break that kind of image. And Gonkesh was one film where when I read it, I decided from day one of the shoot that in this film, no matter what, I will not get angry at all. I will play a very loving and doting father who just doesn't get angry. And I think that was a great challenge, and I tried to keep that. I managed that throughout the film and made this guy a very loving and very caring father. I wanted to redeem myself from Tare Zameen Par. I guess that was one of the most amazing experiences for me to create a character along those thoughts, to break that stereotypical image also. So,
sure. This is Shan Puri. Hi, sir. How are you? I'm a big fan of yours from Toronto.
Hare, thank you so much. Toronto is very dear. I've lived there for so long. I miss Toronto a lot. Give my love to Toronto. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Yeah, thanks so much.
So your Twitter handle has two flags, that is India and Canada.
Yeah, I am India and Canada.
That's okay. Okay. Let's see.
I haven't gone that side to see who has dropped by actually. So.
Okay. Urvesh Mehta is saying it was lovely watching you in Pataal Lok.
Thanks, Urvesh.
Okay, so let's come to some. Okay, so Veda Guru is saying, pity this Khan festival has cancelled. We could have met again. Okay, Mithun Rod Bitia is saying, Vipin is an extremely special human being who I've had the privilege of acting with.
Irrfan.
No, this is about you. There's some actor, Mithun Rod with Bitia.
Mithun. Hi, Mithun. Hi. Mithun is a dear friend. Hey, good to see you, Mithun. Thank you.
He's an absolute gentleman and a soul that is filled with positivity. This is about you. Okay, Ajesh Parlikar is saying, what are your future projects?
I basically was supposed to direct a film for Pen Movies, but unfortunately all this has now, I don't know, industry is going to change. I was just talking to somebody yesterday and I was saying it feels like as if we're going to restart. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm writing a couple of things. I have a script that is in the pipeline and it's been pitched to a couple of networks. I want to direct that, and I've been writing for myself also. I've decided to create some characters and write scripts based on those characters that I would really like to do. I'm very fascinated by film within film kind of writing, films which talk about acting and filmmaking. I always love that. So there are a couple of things that I've been working on that. So there's a script that I've been working on about a filmmaker's journey. Desperately wanting to make a film and not having a talent to actually make a film. So these are a couple of things that I'm really doing.
Right.
Plus, we were supposed to shoot for Dev Patel's film. I was playing a beautiful character in that. Unfortunately, that is also now, I guess we'll have to wait. So let's see. It's a wait and watch. Nobody knows what's and how we all going to start.
So Shanpur is saying, it's always my pleasure, sir. We will look forward to see you in TIFF, Toronto, sir.
Yeah, I would love to. I've been missing, last year I wanted to go, but unfortunately there was a shoot. This year I did a film and I was hoping that, it gets selected so I could go. TIFF, Toronto, my heart is in Toronto. I love that city a lot. So
how many years have you stayed in?
Sorry?
How many years have you stayed in Toronto?
15.
In Canada? 15 years.
Yeah.
Tahir is asking, Pan Singh film का कोई यादगार लम्हा जो आप हमें बताना चाहेंगे?
Pan Singh was a very special film because I was basically playing another character in that film. I was playing the Zamindar who Irrfan kills later on in the film. I was suddenly got a call, and Irfan and Tigmanshu both decided that I should do the role that I did. There was an emergency of sorts. So I'm glad I went, and we were shooting, and there was this scene where I am being transferred, and Irfan. No, actually, the first day when I reached, Tigmanshu was shooting the scene where Irfan gets the ice cream from me. I didn't see Irfan performing. I was near the monitor where Tigmanshu. I think they had done the scene, and Irfan was still inside. And Tigmanshu said, "ये रो दिया तेरे लिए." तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि what's he saying. Then he said, I didn't understand. Then he said, we just did the scene where you send him the ice cream. I still didn't get it. When I saw the movie, I realized what Tigmanshu was saying that day to me, actually. So that was one of my most cherished memories of dancing.
Okay, so Veda Guru is saying, come back to the French Riviera.
Come back?
To the French Riviera.
Veda is a dear friend. I would love to. French Riviera, where Cannes happens, and it was an absolute pleasure to be there. Unfortunately, this year it didn't happen. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to be back. Thank you.
Okay, so Mithun Rod Whittier is saying, how long does it take you, Vipin, to step away from a character you have lived and played for a while, given how you become each role you play?
I basically step away from it quite easily right after the shoot also. But there are glimpses of the character that stay with you. They keep coming back here and there. I'm able to basically come out of it pretty fast. I don't believe in staying in it for a long time. I don't think it's needed. But yes, you remember things from the character that live with you forever. That's for sure.
All right. Mir Ram Janali is saying, say something working experience with Aamir Khan, sir.
It was a great experience. Aamir is a very, very kind-hearted man. And I remember I was a total newcomer. I was a nobody in the sense that I had not done anything. It was him who brought me into the film after Amol had suggested my name, and Amol wanted me, and Aamir saw my screen test, and during the shoot he was incredible. He was amazing. I never felt that he was the director, or he was he was always there as a friend. I really have great admiration for him. He's a very kind-hearted man. I owe him my career, actually.
Prutha Pedelkar is asking, when was your last meeting with Irrfan, sir?
I met Irrfan last in London when his treatment had just begun. That was the last time I saw him. After that, we were chatting on messages.
The Filmi Singh is saying, views on Abhishek Banerjee.
Sorry?
Views on Abhishek Banerjee.
Oh, great guy, fantastic. His journey is amazing. I've known him for many, many years. We've always stayed in touch. Many years ago we met, and I absolutely admire his journey. And he started casting, and now he's one of the known actors in the industry. It's brilliant. He's a very hardworking man. Again, a very very kind person. He's a great guy, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's a find, I think, for sure. He is a find from the series. Ajesh Parelekar, who's your favorite character in Pataal Lok apart from you?
I envy character like Hathiram. He's a brilliantly written character. It's one of the most amazing characters, actually. It reminds me of Pansing Tomar in a way also.
And I think Jaideep Ahlawat has arrived in a big way with this.
No, absolutely. He's very fortunate. He worked very hard on this, and I'm very glad that this is really bringing great name and fame for him. It's brilliant. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Vipin ji, we'll take one more question. This is Muskan 5. आप कब से industry में हो? How many years?
Now it's been around 15 years.
15 years for you.
Yeah.
All right. So, Vipin ji, as always, wonderful talking to you. And you take care, and we totally understand your sentiments for Irrfan Khan. And congratulations for the wonderful response that you're getting for Pataal Lok.
Thanks.
And I hope that you direct soon. Everything will be fine very soon.
Yeah.
So just take care and keep on writing and introspecting. And
Thanks,
we'll see you. We'll meet you in
thanks.
person.
Faridoon,
We'll meet
thanks
you
so
in
much.
person
So lovely
in the
seeing
new
you.
world.
Next time
We'll
I'll
meet
ask
you.
you to, next time I'll ask you to sing.
We'll meet you in the new world
Yes,
in person.
absolutely.
All right, sir.
Absolutely.
Take care. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye.